Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and this is the pond repair project. We built a dam last year, it failed on us, and we've got some equipment out here trying to make it right. By the way, today's video is brought to you by SimpliSafe. That means today's video will be ad-free. We'll talk a little bit about them later on in the video, but first, let's get the drone up in the air. Let's give you a bird's eye view of exactly what we have going on. So here's where we left you in the last video. In the last video, we talked and showed specifically why this dam failed and what I did wrong or what we did wrong to lead up to that event. Just to get you caught up to speed, if you are new to the channel, say that's the back slope of the dam, say this is the original grade. We didn't clear enough off here. There's still a little bit of grass and tree roots and stuff like that, and we didn't have enough compaction, which means water seeped through the dam, found its way down to that original layer. Water then followed that path, and the whole backside of the dam went waboom and slid off just like that. So what we've done up today, and you can check this out in the previous video, original slope, we've come down and we've cut benches, backfilled with good material, cut a bench, backfilled with good material, and working on making a good seat for that back slope, and then we're gonna put a new keyway in. I'll be sure to put a link in the description to the previous video. It's probably something really cool, a really unique name to YouTube, like Dam Repair Part 1. I'm just sure I came up with something great for that. It's gonna be in the description. If you wanna check that out first, get caught up to speed, feel free to do so. If not, I mean, you'll just cruise right along. You'll catch on plenty quick. Words are tough today, so that's good. Anyway, we've already got the benches and built up on that side. Now we're gonna start working around on that side. Most of you know, but if you don't, I work for Dirt Perfect part-time on my days off from my full-time job, and I trade him equipment rental, my working hours, for all the words today. I told you, they're gonna be tough. I trade him for equipment rental hours. Also, he's got another guy that works for him. His name is Jerry. He's a retired operator. He's coming out tomorrow to run the 850 for me, which that'll all be in this video. But today's goal, I've got a lot of bit of work. That doesn't even make sense, Mike. This is the last bench we did. We're gonna get some more good clay out of here, build us up, dig down and get the rest of that crap out from underneath. And we're gonna do the whole thing around that corner. Listen, I could sit here and try to explain it over and over and over again and listen to me talk, but what if, just for today, because I'm kind of tired, we just let the work do the talking, and if I need to catch you up during the day, I will. Horseflies are out, fierce today. Little buddy, how are you? They beat the crap out of me yesterday. Here we go. Oh, luxury. don't take it personal, but I lied to you. I just want to make sure I'm explaining this right. There's going to be, listen, there's going to be some of this in with the clay, okay? We built a lake or a pond in the middle of the woods. That's kind of hard to avoid. What we're trying to get rid of, the problem, is this. See how we put clay on top of that? See how there's a clear dividing line there? That's what we're trying to get rid of. Water will work its way through all this organic matter because it just doesn't pack down and it rots away over time. After that rots away, what's that leave? A little tunnel, right? Right. Anyway, that's what we're trying to get rid of. Okay, I promise. Nothing but work for a little bit. That was the first level we did. Then we did it again, dug a new bench, compacted it, overlapped it. And we did it a third time, came over, compacted it, overlapped it. And now, all this junk we threw on the backside, we're slowly pulling that up and packing that in layers right here. This junk will be fine because it's all mixed together now. It was a problem when it was in a layer, but now it's just kind of all mixed together on the backside, and it'll only end up being about a foot or so thick, and it'll kind of be the topsoil of the backside. The main thing is the majority of that back slope has these nice seats to sit on, and we're putting good clean material in here. We've got to do this one more time, and then we'll be ready to start with the new keyway and core. We're going to try to use all new material from over there for the keyway, for the new keyway and the new core. By then, Jerry will probably be here, and he can start getting that cleaned up and start getting his set up so he can get this material from there down to here. And there's a view from that side. You can see what we're doing here. I put one more lift in here. I'm gonna pull that down, probably do one more lift in there, and then we should be able to start digging the new keyway over to there. Now that Jerry's here, he's gonna get all that topsoil cleaned up over there. Trying to keep my lifts fairly shallow. When I said we didn't get good compaction on that first one, I don't know how close you can see the dam, but you can look at it. Just looking at it, you can tell we did not get the compaction we needed. But with that sheep's foot, they did a little bit better with it. Track this. I'm not really trying to compact it with the 120 as much as I am just trying to make a smoother drive for the roller. So you can probably hear Jerry working in the background, but we're going to take a quick break to talk about SimpliSafe, which is today's sponsor. We've been looking at security systems for some time now. Mainly started researching whenever we started building the YouTube yacht. If you don't know what that is, it is a rental cabin that we are building in the shape of a steamboat. We've been wanting a system to kind of keep track of that whenever we're not there. Obviously, it's not our main residence. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lecture you guys on what a security system does. You've all seen them. They've been around for years. You understand the concept. A bad guy tries to get in, whether it's through breaking a window, glass break monitors, walking through your home, motion sensors, getting through your doors, entry detectors. You understand the principle. The point of a security system is if a bad guy tries to get in, the 24/7 monitoring calls the police and they send them to your location. But that's not what attracted us to SimpliSafe. What attracted us to SimpliSafe are a couple other monitors that we're going to use over to YouTube Yacht. Now, keep in mind, at the YouTube Yacht, we're not going to be there every day. It's a rental cabin. We'll check in on it from time to time, but there's going to be times and time periods where there's not anybody there. They have a water sensor. Okay, so you set this thing on the ground. It's got two metal connectors on the bottom. Whenever water gets underneath this, it completes the circuit and it sets off a water alarm. So we can get a notification on our SimpliSafe app, or they'll call us and say, hey, your water alarm's going off. If you've ever had a hot water heater burst or a pipe burst, I'm telling you, and you guys already know, it gets expensive quick. Hopefully that'll kind of help with that. Along those lines, they also have a temperature alarm. So if for whatever reason the HVAC stops working over there or we have an issue, we shouldn't have any problems with pipes freezing, because that alarm will notify us when it gets below a certain temperature and we can go remedy that problem. Those two sensors alone stand to save us quite a bit of money. We have put off getting a security system at the house for a long time for one specific reason. We call it keypad panic. If you've ever been to a place that has a security system to get in, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have a certain amount of time before you get out, or when you get in before the alarm goes off and you have that little keypad panic. Well, they have some pretty handy features that eliminate that. One of them is this key fob. When I say keypad panic, I mean two things. One, you leave the house and you're trying to remember, did I set the alarm or did I not set the alarm? Or two, you're pulling up, you're trying to get in or you're trying to get out the door, and the kids are being kids, and even though you've been ready for 20 minutes, they're just now trying to find their shoes and the clock is ticking down before the alarm goes off. All you gotta do is hit the button. That's it. Just hit the button.
Alarm off.
You still have the keypad if you want to use it, but you also have this pretty simple option. And of course, you have the app as well. Everything has an app nowadays. SimpliSafe is no exception. We're gonna walk back down here, get back to work and check on Jerry and see how everything's going. Hop back in the track hoe. I don't know how else to say it. Simply put, you're SimpliSafe. It's catchy. They had to hire me to write things like that. That's pretty catchy. It was easy to set up. It's going to be a good system and it's easy to use. It doesn't get any better than that. One surprise though, I did not know this at all until I looked at their brochure. If you have homeowners insurance and you have a security system, and I only know this because I just called them before I did this promo, we actually get a discount on our homeowner's insurance if we have a security system. If it's a 24/7 monitored system, you actually get a discount, which is pretty cool. I did not know that. Speaking of discounts, if you head over to SimpliSafe.com, use my URL, which is also in the description, you'll get 20% off your system and 20% off your first month of monitoring. So go check it out. We definitely appreciate it. With all that being said, thanks again to SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's video. Ad-free, except for this one, of course. And let's get back to work. What's that? About done there, bud? I have a pond we're trying to build here. Oh yeah, absolutely. SimpliSafe? No, we got it. He has the best intentions. All right, let's get to work. The hardest part of today is gonna be keeping up with Jerry and keeping up with you guys trying to get shots. I don't even know where the microphone went. I couldn't even tell you. It's fine. Okay, we gotta go. Gotta go. So if you can imagine this line that's cut, it goes right through the 120 towards that tree right there. We're kind of swinging the dam that way a little bit from where it was. Jerry's on the 120 right now. He's kind of pulling that point back. We're not going to pull back the depth of this water, which is about 6 to 7 feet. We're just going to pull it back to about a foot above the water. That'll be the shallow area on that side for the fish bedding area is kind of the plan. He took some of that good dry material. We did one last big lift right here. I'm gonna hop on the roller and just roll my little heart out. And once we get done with that, on to the new keyway. In the process of pulling that back, he's making himself a little bit of an access point so he can take the 850 and start pushing good dirt across to backfill the keyway. I'll go a little bit further. He's going to stay down here at the dozer, kind of smear this, spread it out. As he does that, I will roll it as well. We're going to keep rolling in lifts. We're going to roll this thing all the way to the top. There's no reason not to. Would you look at it? That's some good customer service. Not only did Mike bring us fuel, but him and Matt also adjusted the cleaner on here. A couple bolts on the outside. Loosened them up. Got her beat in there and got our cleaners adjusted. Oh gosh. Looks like we might have some rain moving in. Let's see if we can get this one section capped off. You can tell where we put our cameras because our magnets leave little circles. Huh? Fun fact. Doing one more lift on this, on that section, and Jerry's going to start closing it shut. Got a little throttle button, and Jerry's going to close it shut with the dozer, and we'll start building this up the rest of the way. It's an exciting thing to actually start coming out of the ground now. I mean, we've gained, you can look over the hill, we've gained quite a bit of elevation already, but whoops, where am I going? My dirt's over here. But I don't know. I got nothing but nothing. Jerry got me a bench cleaned out so we can come the rest of the way out of here. It shouldn't be hard to find where we left off. If we're doing it right, it should be pretty daggone noticeable whenever we get into it. That's it. Where we left off. Not only is it a visual thing, but you can also feel it in the machine. It digs pretty hard where we packed, obviously. Now the natural grade, where the roller's sitting over there, that was kind of a big ditch before we filled everything in. But the hill comes uphill towards us, so as we go, we should have to dig less. That stays true. Really shows up. That's the layer we're trying to cut off. We're basically trying to put a clean dirt wall down the middle of this to eliminate the path that the water can get into. You can see it right there. See how much we left behind first time we did this. That's a mess. So Jerry's getting fired up there this morning. Doggo was chasing all the frogs off. And we're gonna get this laser set up real quick. Kind of establish grade, see where the top of this water board is over on that side of the lake. So we kind of have a target we're aiming at. Hopefully, it's attainable. It did not rain here yesterday. It did rain very hard, about 5 miles to the north of us. Brought the temperature down for a little bit, which was nice. All right, let's go check the other side, see where we're at. So there's the other side over here. Just kind of looking for a reference. No kidding. So our aim, what we've been aiming at the whole time, is towards this dead stump right here. That's kind of where we're looking to swing as the center of the dam. You can see how we're lining up. What are the odds? That's not bad at all. So the top of that stump is the same as the top of that dam on that side, which means on this end we don't have to come up hardly at all. That's awesome. So the plan is to put an 18-inch double wall culvert through the dam for the primary overflow for the pond. And the way this elevation works out, we should be able to wrap right into that, and then about a foot below, 2 foot below the top of the water board, we can put an emergency spillway off this corner, which will aim any emergency spillway water traffic down original ground and away from the dam. Honestly, I don't know if it could work out any better than that. That's awesome. That is perfect. As long as we end up having enough material here to build up the backside of that dam, we should be golden. Now, things can always go wrong, things can always change, but that grade elevation for what we've been aiming at, just eyeballing, that's phenomenal. That is great news. Jerry is at home on that machine. He loves it. And by the way, I just want to thank you guys for your patience with these partnerships and sponsorships. We have a few more coming up. Those partnerships, those sponsorships, that allows us to fast track a lot of the a lot of the projects that we're doing on the homestead, like the pond expansion and the repair. And when this is done, we'll be back on the timber bridge, but we now have the money for the concrete floor in the YouTube yacht, and we have the money to start the septic system, because we have to have our septic system in here before October, because that's when we permitted it last year. Doing these partnerships helps us fast track those projects, and without your support, we couldn't be doing that. So I appreciate you guys being patient with that, and I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I mean that. Big things are happening, and it's amazing. I'm gonna get the drone up in the air and give you guys a good after shot of what we've got done to this point. And then I've got to get to work because Jerry's gonna outrun me pretty quick, which means next Thursday should be the final build video of the dam. Of course, we'll have more stuff like finish dozing, shelter houses, feeding, destroying, and all that stuff. But as far as the bulk of the dam building goes, that'll be next Thursday, and you'll get to see exactly how this thing is gonna finish out. I keep getting distracted by Jerry running the dozer, and I'm having a hard time getting through the outro. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.